Hey everybody, I was thinking of some video ideas that I could make, and I thought it would be kind of a cool idea to make some monthly recaps. I know I didn't make a recap on January, but I wanted to show January's results and show February's results and how this year's been going for me so far. And not just that, I also want to take a look at my overall chart since I began trading. I want to analyze that and just talk a bit about that as well. So this is going to be just a little bit of everything in this video. So you can see for January I made $10,492. Now the tough part is like most traders will have specific trades from the month that they can highlight and be like, these are my favorite trades. For me, I'm not like that. I forget every trade I make. It just seems like I forget what I do, mostly because I'm scalp based. So I take quick moves, really precise entry zones that have good risk reward, take high volume trades. As far as, taking over 5,000 trades in my career, most people don't make that many trades. It's not good or bad, it's just my style and what I'm doing right now. Maybe in the future I'll zone in a bit more, but for now it's really hard to go over specific trades. Mostly because none of them are really that memorable. If I'm just to be honest. I don't remember any trades from January, honestly. All I know is that this is my monthly profit, and let's take a look at February. All right. Okay, so for February, I made $19,674. So, almost double as much as January. And this can be contributed towards the hot sector hype, the unfortunate coronavirus that is spreading and becoming a very serious issue. It is sad, the situation. However, these are facts that are happening in the real world, and you can either go about ignoring them or making something of it. There are opportunities that are coming from this, and it's not great. I don't feel great about it, but the reality is these stocks are going to go up whether you play them or not, and they are real life opportunities, a result of something that's happening in real life. And as a stock trader, it's your job to understand these realities and understand opportunity. So, I have been playing them, and yes, the entire virus sector is exploding right now. So that's been a big contributor towards this 20K month. I think that even when things kind of calm down and we go back to just kind of like normal market environment, I do feel like I've been getting sharper as a trader. I feel like I've been slowly increasing my position sizes, and I feel like I've been a lot more focused and sharper. So I'm optimistic that I can still keep it going and still manage some pretty good profits going forward, even if hot sector hype dies down. But I will say, these profits are crazy for me as far as 20K month. I've never even had anything close to this in my career. And that's kind of why I want to go back today and show my overall profit LY chart. I post every single trade I've ever made on profit LY. So I will look at that and just show how if you hang in there with trading and keep up the work, you put in the work, keep it up, you can find exponential growth and you can actually start to see some real money. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't stop working. But I do want to talk about specifically this chart here. This is my profit LY. This is from when I first began back in late 2016, early 2017, to where I'm at now. 70,000 overall profits, seeing exponential growth and some of the biggest profits I've ever seen myself personally have just started coming in. So let's talk about it. First of all, I want to point out that a lot of the numbers on here, I don't really know or think they're accurate. As far as I can make a really quick example that's really easy to see. So these trades right here, I scalp a lot of moves, and it's like OPGN, it's showing 1,522. Okay, if I click it, it shows 8,000 shares, 328 entry, 347 entry or exit. What is it doing? So the money is completely accurate. It's completely accurate. The profit, okay, it's recording that accurately. What it's not recording accurately is the separate entry and exits as separate trades. It's compounding every single one of my trades into one trade for the day. So yeah, that's obviously not correct, and it's been doing this for months. So I would just say that yeah, the data that is on Profit OY, as far as like if you view more stats and you look at the specific numbers, I would say all these numbers are inaccurate and should not be looked at. As far as like, so I have no idea what my real numbers are, real percentages are. I have no idea. Okay, I don't track them personally. The only thing I track is overall profit, and this is great for it because this profit is 100% accurate. It records profit exact. Oh, like I said, it just compounds the trades into one when really there's like 5 trades and it just makes it all into one. That's incorrect. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look. So when I first started trading, I lost a lot of money. There's a reason why. I had no experience and I was really hyped up to start trading, so I was trading to escape my life, I would say, because I was in college at this time and I was very unhappy and I didn't want to be in college, and I thought that I had to succeed at trading for me to have like justifiable reason to drop out of college. And that was just a really bad approach because it just led to me going crazy and trying to, as soon as I started taking losses, this is when I immediately started to size up to try to recover the losses. And this was just a really brutal example of somebody who is stuck in an awful mentality, who is chasing losses, who wants to succeed so badly, but no matter how hard they try, they don't understand that they have zero knowledge. And just because you want something really badly, obviously that doesn't mean that it's going to happen for you. You need to put in the work, get the experience before you could ever expect money to come in through trading. And the sickest part about this entire thing is, I mean, I have a background in poker, and I had already had some success in poker, and it's a game of statistics. And this same thing kind of happened with me in poker. I lost $1,000. I was new to poker, and the only way I got better was when I started to play like $3 buy-in sit and goes and just build up with a win rate. And it took a very long time, and it was a very slow process to make back the money that I originally lost in poker. So, while I was doing this major downtrend, I was just thinking to myself, man, you already experienced this before. You know what you have to do. I just didn't want to do it. So what did I have to do? I needed to completely restart with microscopic size to really learn. And I just didn't want to accept that because I knew it would take years to recover what I had just lost in 3 months. I knew it could potentially take years. Starting out with very small share size, or not even small share size, capital investment size. That's the only way that I would be able to mentally compose myself and learn. But when you take losses that are this extreme, what do you think this area was? What was the straight line? The losses were so extreme that I needed to quit real money. So for 8 months, this was me paper trading. So you can say whatever you want to say about paper trading. Everybody has a take on it, and that's fine. Everybody's always going to have their own opinions. I think paper trading is one of the most beneficial things that you could ever do for yourself in trading. And I'll explain why. So this straight line allowed me to understand how to manage my risk. It didn't necessarily help me become super profitable and understand how to bank or anything. Like, that's something that you might need to experience with real money to get better at. But it allowed me to manage risk. So instead of this downtrend, when I came back, I still sucked, right? Still sucked. Okay, I was bad. But in the same period of time, you're looking at 3 months, right? So I was down 13,000, and in 3 months, I ended down 14,500. Do you notice a difference? Because I do. I lost $1,500 instead of 13,000. Okay? Major difference. Major difference. And the only reason why I was able to achieve this is because I paper traded for 8 months. I would say that is an extreme. Not everybody needs to paper trade for 8 months, but if you take a loss that's this big that hurts your soul that much, it's gonna be a healing process, and so I needed 8 months to heal because this was just so brutal, and I put myself through hell. And you don't need to. You don't need to put yourself through this. So yeah, basically during this period of time, I was 8 months of paper trading. I dropped out of college, and I lived on savings. And I laugh because it's like the most absurd shit that I think I've ever heard. But I was working a job too, like I part time, but I put trading first, is what I'm saying. Like, I still had some savings, about I don't even know. I had like 15,000 in savings maybe left. So I had to quit real money so I wouldn't wipe myself out. I knew I needed to keep the 15,000 that I had left in my name so that I could rebuild, but I would have to restart from scratch. So I dropped out of college, started paper trading full time. Again, I this is my journey. I'm just explaining it. I'm not saying anybody should do what I did, but I literally was a full-time paper trader for 8 months. And I worked a part-time job, and then when I came back with real money, I was still pretty bad because the emotions with real money was still really intense. And after going straight down $13,000, it's really hard to have the confidence. So when you come back with real money, you still just, the emotions don't go anywhere. You still feel so much fear and anxiety when you come back with real money. But that paper trading saved me, because at the time I didn't realize it, this was a huge success. Just a huge success and a huge win that I only lost $1,500 in 3 months. So think about all the experience that I gained coming back into the game with real money. And for 3 months, I only lost $1,500. For somebody who had such a little control over their emotions, who went straight down in the beginning. This is a huge win. It's a huge win. And looking back, I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. Not bad. This is the first trade that I nailed, or first couple of trades in a row that I nailed. And that kind of started clicking. So this straight line, I actually took my money off of my margin account and I opened a cash account. This allowed me to I didn't have to follow PDD, pattern day trade rule. I could trade as many times as I wanted as long as I had the settled funds available in my cash account. So I opened a $10,000 cash account and split the account into 2 days. So I had $5,000 to trade with on Monday, $5,000 to trade with on Tuesday. It takes 2 business days for the funds to settle and become usable again. So you can see how every day I would have 5,000, and it was amazing because I could take as many trades as I wanted, and I used a capital investment rule where I would, depending on the situation, I would invest $500 to $1,000 capital investment based on, like maybe how much I like the opportunity. Sticking to capital investment rules allowed me to not only manage my risk, but have a consistent number of trades per day. So you can see from around this area, I started to create a process for myself. I create stricter rules. Things become more mechanical in my process. And these are things that you have to do to find consistency. So I go on a little win streak here. I make about 1,500 it looks like. And then I fall apart again. Okay, so you get a little bit of success as a new trader. You just, get a boost of confidence, but that immediate confidence can also lead to going and slipping back into old habits. So, just like that, went back to losing about $1,800. And that's when something clicked and I got back on track. So I think when you're a new trader, it really just, things click, you go on an upswing, and then you take a step back, or you lose your progress, and then you have to get it together again and compose yourself again and think about, well, what just worked? What happened that made it work? And then why did I get crushed? What can I do to get back into the zone where I'm having success? So then you try to repeat that process. So you can see after that, I start to go on another upswing and followed by another downswing. But you can see that things are coming together and my wins are starting to become bigger than my losses. I am starting to uptrend. It's very choppy, but I am uptrending. Just one big process. This was actually interesting. I get up, I'm $550 away from the hole. I slipped for a little bit. I slipped back into the mentality of I'm so close to getting out of the hole. I just need to get out of the hole. I just need to become profitable. I'll feel so much better. What do you think that did to my mentality? I started overtrading, I started chasing, and I started using big size again. And just like that, went from minus 550 to minus 2,900 because I slipped back into a flawed state of mentality that I had when I first started trading. This was my biggest downswing to date as far as after I got my shit together, okay? After I got it together, this was my biggest downswing. And then it's just because of that mentality flaw. But I said, okay, what? I remember telling myself this. I said, what did you do to go from minus 14,500 to being $500 away from being out of the hole? What did you do? What was that process? said, you're not going to screw up. You're not going to lose all your progress. Okay, I'm down 2,900. But man, you just almost got out of the hole. You can do it. You got this. You just have to get back into that healthy mindset and that process. But you got this. You got it. You're so close, but just get back to the basics, get back to your process, and let's make it happen. Because there was a moment in my head when I was on this downswing, I'm like, am I about to just fall apart and just like lose my mind? And then am I about to be like, am I about to just go back down in the hole like 10K? Is this my downfall? And you know, these are the battles that you have with your own mentality as a trader. It's constant self-doubt. It's constant it's like this push and pull of confidence and no confidence, especially when you're struggling to get out of the hole. Anyways, now we get to the fun part, where I string together some nice wins and really start following my process now, and I start uptrending better than I really have ever done before. And this was in 2019, steady uptrend after I get out of the hole. And that feels good, you know? It's like once I got out of the hole, it really opened up a level of confidence and relaxation that I hadn't felt when I was in the hole. And it allowed me to follow my process and trust my process at a level in which I have not trusted it before. And this really led to a nice upswing. Very choppy. I will say that commissions were not nice to me, okay? For somebody with my trading style, commissions ripped me to shreds. I've paid over 40,000 in commissions since I began trading. So a lot of this chop is actually because commissions were still in place. What do you notice after they got rid of commissions, $0 commissions at E-Trade? Look at my chart. So much smoother. It's so much more consistent. The upswing is so much greater. And I will say that not having to worry about commissions has really improved my trading and my win rate. So that was a big deal for me and continues to be a big deal for me. I'm very happy and grateful that that happened, and it's amazing for every trader in the space. You know, I can't even think of a better time to become a day trader. There's $0 commissions. You can get in the game with as much money or as little money as you want. You can trade whatever style you want, and you can do whatever the heck you want, and you don't got to worry about fees. I mean, it's an amazing time to be a trader. You know, it really is. All right, so so for 2018, actually this is interesting because I can go back on my E-Trade and let's take a look at my profits for 2018. Oh, wow. Okay. That's because I was using a different account. Oh my. Okay, we can't look at 2018 profits. Wow. Okay. I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh yeah. I was using my cash account in 2018. Okay. Well, let's look at 2019 then. Okay. Check this out. So I made $43,800 for 2019. I paid $27,500 in commission fees because that's my style. I trade a lot. So you can see how this money is just going to come back to me in 2020. So I don't have to pay this. This is just going to go straight profit into my overall win rate. So it's pretty wild that I made almost 44,000 for the entire year 2019, and in 2020, I'm already up about 30. Well, so I am up over 30,000 this year so far, and it's only 2 months out of the year. So that's a huge difference when you're contrasting that with 2019. So you can see how exponential growth happens fast, and it happens like I'm not even trying to make it happen. It's just kind of happening naturally. You size up more, you're more comfortable and experienced, and you're a little bit better at trading. Maybe a lot better at trading, who knows? But so far I'm just liking the growth, and I'm just gonna keep trying my best. You know, that's my approach with trading. Really, it's just been I try my best, and yeah, I show up and I try my best. I have no expectations. I don't have a financial goal. I just show up and I try my best. That's the least amount of pressure that you can really put on yourself when you have no expectations besides just showing up. Whatever happens, happens. I care more about managing my risk and avoiding big losses than making money, so that comes first and foremost. I don't really know what to even say. You know, this year's been incredible for me. I don't know if it'll continue or not, but I know I will keep trying my best. So, really nice upswing this year. I would say I'm very proud of this chart and how I've been able to avoid downswings and drawdowns. And really, I've been consistently growing and consistently avoiding those drawdowns for the last 3 years. So I couldn't be any more happy about that, you know? So what I was saying about 2018 is I was down 14,200. We end the year down like 3K. So I made like close to $11,000 for 2018. For 2019, I made 43,000. So you can see the growth, right? I made about 4 times as much in 2019 than I did in 2018. And now for 2020, if the projections stay true, like if I keep pace, then I can definitely pull off 4 times as much profits in 2020 as in 2019. It's possible. Am I saying it's going to happen for sure? Of course not. There's no for sure in trading. It's performance based, and who knows what will happen. Okay? But I'm going to keep working hard, and we'll see what comes of it, you know. We'll see what happens. So, glad I got to share some of this insight with everybody as far as my journey so far and how 2020 has been treating me. Hope everybody out there is making their own progress in their own ways, and I would just say don't compare yourself to others. Just follow your own process and follow your own journey. Don't worry about what other people are making or doing or saying. You know, you have your truths that are true to you and your process that works for you. Just follow it. And if you need to, take a step off social media or trade alone. Trade alone for a while. Find what really works for you. Make it happen. Because exponential growth is possible with trading. You just have to work for it. And when you're losing a lot of money, you got to be willing to reset. You got to be willing to practice. You got to be willing to come back trading, 1/10 of the capital position size that you were starting with. You have to be willing to adjust and make the changes necessary to get your stuff together. If you don't make changes, you shouldn't expect different results. I made a lot of adjustments and changes during this period of time. that led to me recovering. So that's what I would say. If you're in a bad spot, you gotta start making stricter rules. You have to start adjusting. You have to stop blaming other people. You have to start taking responsibility. These are things that I had to do for myself, and that's the only reason why I got to where I'm at. So thanks for watching the video. I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. That would be appreciated. Always helps the channel. And I'll see you on the next video.